Hi, my name is Garry Mcdaniel. I have over 50 years of business experience. And I've served in the United States Air Force with high technology companies, and I've competed in marathons and triathlons. Today, I'm a book writer. I've authored 8 books. I'm a professor of the MBA program, and I'm an international coach and trainer for organizations all over the world. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can surround yourself with the right people in your own personal life and in your organization. So let's start by talking about, why do finding the right people in your life and in your organization even matter? Well, relationships, whether it's in your own life or in your organizations, shapes culture and the outcomes that you attain. The wrong people in your life or in your organizations drain energy and create problems for you and for other people. And finally, finding the right people in your life or in the life of your organization helps ensure success. Let me give you another personal example. First, when I was a young man in California working in the United States Air Force, I went out one night with some friends to have a good time. When I came back, I found out that there had been a terrible fire. My apartment and 17 others were burned to the ground. They were gone. Everything I owned was gone. The owner of the apartment complex came and said, "Hey, you can use my phone and call somebody so that you can have somewhere to go stay tonight." So I called several friends, and I got the same message each time. I'd call somebody and say, "Hey, I've lost everything. My apartment burned down." And they'd say, "Oh, we were just going to go to a movie. Oh, or we were just going to go out to eat, and if you can't find something, let us know." I couldn't find anybody that would say, "Yeah, come on over. I need you. You're welcome to come stay." And initially I was angry at them, but then someone asked me, "Hey, what would you have done if they'd asked you that?" And quite honestly, I had to say, you know what? I would have responded like they did. I would have been concerned with me. And what that meant and told me was, I was not the friend they needed, and they were not the friends I needed. So I needed to think entirely new and start all over again with who the relationships were and I have in my life, and what kind of person I want to be, and what kind of friend I wanted to be to other people. So what kind of people do you look for within your organization? Who do you look for professionally? It's people who share your values and your vision for what you want to attain. Next, it's people with a growth mindset. They want to grow, they're curious, and they're willing to learn. Next, they're accountable and reliable. You know they're going to do what they say, and you can count on it. Finally, they are emotionally intelligent. They can read you, they can read other people, they can read themselves, and when they're having challenges or problems, or they see that you are, they can connect with you more effectively and then build stronger teamwork. So what do you look for personally? Again, I had some personal friends. By the way, I worked with some of them too. They were professional friends, but they were personal too. So how do you find more friends and acquaintances and relationships that are meaningful to you on a personal level? First is, think about other people's honesty and integrity. Can you really believe in them? Can you really trust them? Do you have mutual respect, and will you support each other? That's also important. Are they available for you emotionally? Because we all have ups and downs in life, and we need somebody in our life, and sometimes they need us. We need them to be empathetic, and we need to be empathetic with them. And then finally, can you have a good time with them? Do you find joy and laughter and pleasure in being with them, and do they find that with you? Well, those sound like good qualities, but what do you watch out for? What would you see that would say, maybe this is not a good relationship? So what are some red flags, so to speak? One is people who are always blaming other people and gossiping about other people. That's not much fun to be around. People who are very inconsistent with what they say and what they do. They say, "I believe this," but they do something different. They have a true lack of self-awareness. They don't seem to connect with how they present themselves to others is not how they're really coming across. People who are not willing to grow, to admit mistakes, to say, "I was wrong, you were right," are not good people to have around in your life. And finally, if they're manipulative and you feel like being around this person drains my energy, these are the kind of warning signs that you should look at and say, whether it's on the job or in my personal life, this is not somebody who needs to be there. So ask the right questions. Whether you're interviewing somebody for a job in an organization, or you're trying to think about, is this person going to be a good friend? Ask, what motivates this person? What's their motivation? Is it just themselves, or are they really concerned about other people? Do they handle feedback and failure well? Can they recover from that? Can they take advice from you or from other people and make their lives better? Are they aligned with your purposes and values? Or if they don't fit at all, then you don't want them. And finally, again, do you feel when you're around them, do they lift you up? Do they make you feel energized? Or do they feel like, oh, that was a waste of time. I feel I've lost energy simply because I had to spend time with them. So some final thoughts are, be clear on your own values and whether or not they truly fit with what you think is important in your ethical background. Choose people who are going to grow with you. And then finally, don't settle for convenience over connection. Because sometimes people say, oh, this person will be a good connection, but they're not good people to be hanging around. So pick people who really build you up and lift you up and that want you to help them rise also.